Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you the most random book haul you have ever seen. It is not holiday specific, it is not winter specific, it is not genre specific, not vibe specific, not character specific, not event specific, not bookstore specific. I could also title this like my current TBR, like physical TBR, although I have other books that are on my TBR that I have. But hopefully I will get to reading some of these books soon. Some of them I know I will because some are holiday specific, but others I might end up reading in a year or maybe later, so we'll see. Alright, this has been a long intro. I'm just gonna get right into it. Okay, so the first book is Twisted Hate by Ana Huang. This is the third book in the Twisted series, which I'm reading slowly but surely. I really liked the first one. I rated it like a 4.25 or something. Okay, so the first book in this series I rated a 4.5, and then the second book I rated a 2 stars. I really didn't like the second. I think I just didn't like the characters, and I think it wasn't a bad book. It was just I didn't specifically, like, I couldn't relate to any of the characters, and then their situations I couldn't relate to, so I didn't like it as much as the first one. But I've heard a lot of things about this one. This one is thick. This one is about Josh and Jules, which I'm not gonna, that in itself might be a spoiler. I don't know. That's all I'll say. But how many pages is this? Oh wow, it's almost 500, which isn't that much, but that's kind of a lot. I don't know. But I'm excited to read this one. I'm really excited to read the fourth one. Even if I absolutely hate this one, I think I'll read the fourth one because the characters sound like those are characters I've been waiting for. And I've read like excerpts from that book and stuff on Pinterest, and it sounded really good. So I'm really excited about that one. But first, I want to read this one because I might end up really liking it. So that's the first book I got. I got this at Barnes & Noble. Alright, next is If He Had Been With Me. I don't know much about this book. I mean, they just don't tell you much on the back, which I like. It's like going in kind of blind. Basically, it's Autumn and Finn, and they used to be like best friends, I think. Yeah, they used to be best friends, and then something happened. And then they're in a car wreck, and I think Finn dies. These aren't spoilers, by the way. They're on the back. I think the book is like leading up to that car accident, and you're finding out why they didn't talk for a while. And I saw Sarah Caroli read this in a reading vlog, and she loved it. And everyone says they love it, and so I'm very excited to read it. It's apparently a tearjerker, which I haven't read a tearjerker in a while, and I haven't cried reading a book in a while, so I'm excited. I also love the cover. I was looking in Barnes & Noble for the cover with the girl on it. And so I just like walked past this book, not registering that it was this book, and I had to ask one of the Barnes & Noble employees to help me find this book, and it was in like the most obvious place ever, and then I felt really dumb. But yeah, this is also a pretty thick book, but I think, yeah, there's like really big text, so. Alright, the next book I got was a birthday gift, so thank you to my dad for getting this for me for my birthday. It is The Sun and Her Flowers by Ruby Kaur. I have seen this guy's quotes, specifically from this book, all over my Pinterest. Like, I have a quotes board. And some specific quotes from this book are on that board. And so I think I'd really like poetry. I want to give it more chances. I've liked the poetry that I've read, so I'm trying to get more into poetry because I think that'd be fun. I don't think I could sit down and just read a poetry book, but like it's nice to have like a poetry book on the side of a novel that I'm reading, you know? So I'm excited about this one. Alright, next are 2 holiday books that I have. This first one I got today. I got it at Barnes & Noble, and it's The Holiday Switch. I also saw Sarah Caroli read this, and it sounded super cute. I was thinking today, it's been a really long time since I read a YA romance. And there's something about YA romances that are just like such a comfort read. and this is a YA romance. It is Lila and Teddy, and Lila works at, where does she work? It's like, oh, it's an inn. So she works at this famous inn to get a bit of extra cash, and then I think like the manager's, is it the manager? Her boss's nephew comes and ends up working with her, and his name is Teddy, and it's kind of like an enemies to lovers, yeah, it is an enemies to lovers book, and it's also like workplace romance, I think maybe a bit of like forced proximity, because they just like can't, they keep butting heads, while they're working at this inn, and then at one point they switch phones, and they find out like secrets about each other, which it kind of lost me there. Like, I wonder what the secrets are. I don't know. And then they're like carrying around these secrets of the other. So, I don't know. It's also really short, and it sounded really cute, perfect for the holidays. So I think this will be my next read, probably. And then the other Christmas book I got, I know nothing about. I also got this for my birthday. It is Christmas at Camp Cedarwood, which I think is really interesting, because when you think camp, I think summer camp, but like there's all these winter camps. So they have a Christmas program. So it is a summer camp, but they have a Christmas program. Okay, so apparently she went to this, her name is Ashley. So Ashley went to this camp when she was a teenager, and she had this like wild romance, and she got rejected over the summer. And then she's like driving back home, and there's like this huge snowstorm. This is years later. She's probably like 30 or something. And there's this big snowstorm, and she has to go to this camp. Like, it's like right there. And so she has to like seek refuge at this camp, and she becomes like kind of like a camper, and stays there. And the camp like director, like the camp owner, is the guy who rejected her all those years ago. So it's second chance romance and enemies to lovers. Alright, next, I know nothing about this book. Let me read the back real quick. Okay, so it's called The Midnight Lock, and it's about this, like, it's a criminal called the Locksmith, and apparently he can get through, like, they can get through any, like, lock or security system, like, anything like that. And he breaks in all these people's houses and then, like, rearranges all their stuff. And so it's these two detectives, I think, that investigate this sociopathic intruder. So yeah, that sounds really interesting. I got this, one of my friends gave this to me, so thank you. And I love, which this is such a small and minuscule thing, but I love when books are like thicker and shorter. I love when books are like this, because then it's like you can fit them in your pocket or something. I love small books. Alright, next is Roomies by Christina Lauren. Oh my goodness. Okay, whoa. This is so much going on. Okay, so basically, the girl, Holland, has been in love, or like not in love, but like has had an infatuation with this guy, Calvin, for like a while now. And he is a street musician. And one day, Holland is attacked by a drunken attacker, and Calvin rescues her. But then when the police show up for questioning, Calvin just disappears. And then he needs like an audition or something, so to pay him back, she gets him an audition with her uncle, who's like a famous Broadway person. And then she finds out the reason why Calvin ran away was that he's in the country illegally using his student visa. And so she decides to impulsively marry him. 'Cause, yeah, why not? So now they're married. And she still has an infatuation with him. But they're married, but like, so I guess, so it's fake dating, obviously. And then, I mean, I guess that's the main trope. And then forced proximity, because they're roomies. Wait, I kind of love this. I'm so excited to read this. Dang, I've yet to read like a fake dating trope that's like where they go so extreme as to get married. Like I've never read an arranged marriage trope. I really want to read one of those though. I think Anna Huang has a book that's arranged marriage trope. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this. Okay, so the next book is a book I'm going to wait until the summer to read because I just want the full vibes. It is The Odds of Loving Grover Cleveland. And there's this app, Likewise, where you can like put in books you liked and then ask for recommendations based off of those books. And I did that with the book Starry Eyes because I really liked that book. And a bunch of people like posted this to my comment. So Xander goes to this summer camp for at-risk teens, which she doesn't think she needs to go to, and she meets Grover Cleveland. So Grover and Xander, you know, kind of bond at this summer camp and tell their stories, and I guess fall in love, and they're camping, which sounds great. That sounds really cute. And it says on the back, they didn't fit in until they found each other. And so I think it's 14, so it's them and like 2 other people. So that sounds really good. Okay, the next book I know nothing about. My friend gave this to me because I think she read it, or it's on her TBR. I think it was on her TBR. And she said it sounded really good. And so it seems like kind of like maybe a historical, it's Stalking Jack the Ripper. I've never said the title. It's Stalking Jack the Ripper. So I'll just read y'all the back because I think the back is so good. He murdered women in cold blood. He terrorized an entire city. He taunted those of us who hunted him down. But despite all these horrors, in the end, I could not deny it. I was the girl who loved the Ripper. Wow. So, it sounds really good. I mean, based on that. Also, there's like a lot of, it seems like a short read because it's like big text, which I'm getting more into shorter reads just because it feels more accomplishing when you finish them, you know? Okay, we only have one book left, and it is The French Girl by Lexi Elliott. This is also a book that I got for my birthday, so thank you to my mom. Okay, so it's 6 university students from Oxford, and they all go to like a French farmhouse for summer vacation, I think. I'm also going to read this during summer. These Oxford students go on a summer getaway, and they meet this girl next door named Séverine, and then something happens. They leave France. She's gone. So she disappears in the time that they're there. So that sounds very interesting. Also, I love this cover. That is so creepy. And yeah, that is all. That was 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. So these are all of the books that I got. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am so excited to read all of these. Thank you to the people who gave them to me. Yeah, so that was my very random book haul, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.